The binder is what keeps the filler leaves together, and finally the wrapper, which it holds everything else together, gives the cigar its good look. So you know what I'm saying? And the wrapper's normally a delicate leaf. You know, that's why you see.
It coming off sometimes.
Yeah, depending on the depending on the cigar.
You got a cigar.
I'm getting ready to.
I did breakdown of the filler and the wrap.
So on the filler, let's talk about the filler. So when you talk about complexity of cigars and taste, those are words. Those are words that we use a lot of times.
Yes.
Complexity.
Yes.
What's another one? We use a lot of different words. Taste. And then you'll hear all these different things. Well, so what happens is, in the construction of a cigar, they may take one leaf of this, one leaf of that, one leaf of this, and one leaf of that, and put it together.
Yes.
Now, they got that together. The binder gives it a different taste depending on the binder that they use. Mm-hmm. And then the wrapper will give it a whole nother taste. Mm-hmm. Depending on the wrapper that they use.
So things can get complex.
Things can get very complex.
That's when it comes into your palate. If you got a sensitive palate, you can taste these different flavors.
That's how that happens. And so these guys go out, man, and some of these guys have been rolling since they was kids. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. And they're putting these cigars together, and you can tell the difference.
Yeah,
you can tell the difference. I think some of the stuff we got Pravada-wise, that Good Life sitting up in front of us. I know you guys on Facebook can't see us, but the guys on YouTube, the Good Life is a good cigar, very complex. I think we got some complex stuff up there. That New World Cameroon by AJ Fernandez, and we're going to talk about Cameroon here in a minute. We'll talk about Cameroon and the different countries and all that.
Let me see one. New World, Cameroon.
AJ Fernandez.
My favorite.
Yeah, and AJ brought a bunch of old brands back, man, redoing them and redoing the blends on them and stuff, and doing some stuff. So AJ is fire, man. And that goes to our next part. Country. Country is the cigar where the cigar is manufactured. Most cigars produced in countries use different tobaccos from all over the world in their blends. A puro, if you hear someone say puro, it refers to a cigar that has only tobaccos from one country. So you'll hear Dominican puro.
Yeah.
Nicaraguan puro. Mm-hmm. What other one? Those are really the main two.
Yeah.
Because Honduran, you won't hear that a lot of times.
Yeah.
But those two, the Nicaraguan puros and the Dominican puros, you hear that a lot.
And a lot of people talk about Cubans, man. But what people don't really understand is that a lot of the old Cubans that was doing that, they went to what? Dominican or Nicaragua? They went to back in the day.
They scattered.
Yeah,
they scattered. It's a lot of them. It's a lot of them that's in the Dominican.
Yeah,
it's a lot of them in the Dominican.
A funny thing is that when John F. Kennedy did that embargo on Cuba, he went and got like 3 boxes of Cuban cigars before he did it. Yeah. How many did he get?
Hundreds.
Oh yeah. See, that's what I'm talking about.
Hundreds.
Unfortunately,
he didn't want to be left out.
Unfortunately, he didn't get to smoke them.
He didn't, but he got them.
Yeah, but
they're there somewhere. His family got them.
He got them all right. He got them all right.
What's up, Ron? Ron's on now.
They got his ass is what they did.
They did. So
we got some stories about some other niggas. They got their ass too.
They did.
There's a lot of bright folks out here that get a bright ideal up their ass, and I see you, man.
I see you, fam.
I see them trying. They trying for the culture, but some lot you laying on the line, baby.
Yeah. Heather, where Erica at? Put Erica on the line.
Who's Erica?
It's supposed to be her sister, I think. That's what she told you?
Whoa, bro.
Okay, what?
Oh, pause.
And pause. Calm
down.
Calm down. That's all. Settle down, youngster.
So the country of origin got a lot to do with it too. A lot of times you'll hear, "Oh, I got a Cuban seed." So let me explain something to you.
Explain it to him. Break it down.
Tobacco gathers the seed. It gathers the minerals from the soil that it's planted in.
Yeah.
Right? So if I bring a Cuban seed to Nicaragua, what does that make that cigar? What does that make that tobacco now?
It's a seed, but it's not in the same soil.
Yes.
Therefore, with the soil, that's what I was just watching. Son, that's what's so crazy. I was just watching something. Rock Newton. Y'all know the Rock Newton show?
Yeah,
And he was talking to a guy. I can't remember his name. One of the guys from Hidden Colors. One of the old school scholars.
Yeah.
But he was talking about how certain crops strip your soil.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
So you would
Tomatoes
have to,
do
it's
that.
a rotation.
It's a rotation.
You would have to do
Yeah.
like tobacco, corn,
Yeah.
and say squash. And that rotation of those different vegetables keeps the soil to where you can rotate it. You can do you can do your tobacco first, then you do corn, then you do, this is just an example, then you do like squash, then you go back to the tobacco. So it's not constantly stripping the soil, you put it back where it needs. So by the time you do the corn and the squash, the soil is back to where it needs to be to do the tobacco again.
Now,
not just tobacco over and over and over, because it's you stripping the soil, it's not going to, you're stripping the nutrients.
Now, I heard something. I don't know how true this is, but like back in the day with the Cubans, right?
Mm-hmm.
Like in the 60s, it was said that the reason why the Cuban cigars were so good is because they planted them in the fields with marijuana.
Really?
And that the marijuana would kind of absorb into the tobacco. So when they rolled cigars, then it had that.
Really? I never heard
that cannabis effect.
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
Really?
I heard that before. Now I don't know how true that is. It's something I heard. Because it has that soy. It has that soy.
Right. So
peanuts. Who was the guy that did the peanuts?
George Washington Carver.
That's what they were talking about. Who mastered
crop rotation.
Who mastered nature.
Yeah.
He could speak to the plants. The plants could speak to him. He could listen.
Yeah.
Basically, he understood it.
Yeah.
And he's the one that came up with the rotation.
Yeah.
George Washington Carver.
Restoring the soil, basically restoring the nutrients, the minerals to the soil to keep growing your different crops.
Yeah.
You can't grow the same thing over and over and strip the soil down, strip the nutrients and the minerals down. He's the one. That's where it all came from.
I'm going to tell you something interesting about George Washington Carver.
Who got castrated because he was, his story.
He helped Ford he gave Ford the idea for the assembly line.
Yeah, man.
But he castrated Ford.
Don't do that.
What?
Don't bring it up. Let's not. We're going to say that for February.
Oh.
I feel you.
Don't get me on that, man. Because
you see where I'm going with
that. But we're gonna go in depth in February.
Bro was like the reason that you
was a genius.
Yes, he was. Yes,
a genius.
Yes, we had a lot.
The reason that you got,
a lot of black geniuses.
Two of my favorite people, Frederick Douglass and Booker T. Washington. Both had different ideas of how the things move, but they moved.
Both of them had a vision and was leading the way in their vision.
And speaking of castrating, they castrated Booker T. Washington. They did that to him too. Yeah. So there's a lot of guys.
He was adopted.
Yeah.
They wanted to make sure he didn't mess with their daughters.
That's
so
it.
That's why his voice was so high.
That's why his voice was so high.
Yeah.
But he was a great man.
He was brilliant.
I'm that baby daddy, boss.
Yeah. You are such a loser. We're talking serious here. Yeah. So hey, you know what? We're gonna take a break. When we come back, what was our? We're gonna talk about humidors and cellophane and all that stuff, temperatures and all of that. So you know what I'm saying, man? We right in the middle of this show, baby. It's your boy Zozini.
Hey, and before we take a break, while we take a break, don't forget to go get your pen and piece of paper so you can
write down because we already talked about some cigars.
Yes.
It's your boy Zozini.
This is Dominici.
I came to drink.
And this is Cigar Street Life, baby.
Oh. It was your boy down. What's his name?
That's why I got down the ass.
Good bros ass straight. His ass straight.
Like literally. Go play. I'm putting them in everybody now. This is you. Yeah. It's funny because you know how like it's like
I actually hit and I fucking walked in the store and shit. That cigar and shit. And I was like, oh, damn.
Hey, we back, man. We back. It's your boy Zozini.
And this is Dominic.
I came to drink.
Man, with that Cigar Street Life, baby. Look, man, we've had a great show today, man. We really got some good stuff we've talked about, man. We got a lot. You know, we go back over a little bit of what we just talked about. We talked about the 3 parts of a cigar, because that's important. You see these guys, man. I watch. So, little background, guys. Before we started doing this show, I watched hours and hours of YouTube stuff about cigars, and all of the cigar stuff just assumed that everybody knew what they were doing.
Yeah.
Everybody, so they're watching it. So what about all the new people smoking?
Yeah. Because when I started, I got books and everything on
You know, and a lot of people watch YouTube now. So you know what I'm saying?
YouTube wasn't out there.
No.
That was back in 06, so you can understand what I'm talking about.
Right.
But
Yeah, I know it was back in 06, baby.
I had books, pamphlets, and everything, on